Okay. So, cutting the cost of Christmas. I'm guessing you will all be starting to think about that just now, your Park Christmas savings. I was laughing because someone said we think about it 12 months a year. Catherine, not 3 months. And I think I do as well. So we're really excited to have a very special guest with us tonight. If you watch Channel 4's Packed Lunch, you'll see Hollie giving advice on how to save money. So I'm just going to invite Hollie to our virtual stage just now. Welcome, Hollie, and I'm just going to unmute you as well. And I believe you're a Park customer as well, aren't you? That's fantastic. What made you sign up to Park as a customer? And I know why everyone else has, but why did you particularly sign up?
So this year I'm a single mom. I've got 2 little boys, and I really just knew that I needed to get organised and get the money out of the way, because the last few years have been a bit of a roller coaster, I'll say. And although I'm Thrifty Mum, I have never really had a very good experience with actually saving money and putting it away. I can justify my expenses and I can say, yeah, I've got the most of my money and I got cash back and things like that. But actually putting the money aside and making sure I've got that emergency fund, or I've got some savings for Christmas, I've had some pretty bad experiences, and I've had to split my money in a divorce and things like that. So this was my year. I've got full control of my finances, and I'm like, yes, that's it.
Amazing. Another superwoman. And what about your kind of top tips for Christmas? For everyone watching that's starting to think, how can we start working towards making sure we have a really magical Christmas? What can we do? What would you say to them, Hollie?
Number one has got to be budgeting. And I don't care that it's not January, or it's not a Monday, or it's not the first of the month. Like, start as soon as you can. It can't be too late. So having a budget planner or something to record your budget on would be very useful.
And I actually have, and I'm going to share it with the audience just now, a sneak peek at the Christmas budget planner, which Park have created recently, which is fantastic. I am definitely printing that off, sitting down with my family and starting to work it out. And it will be available to everyone through the Special Agents Hub, so you will take your hands on it. And what is it you really like about the budget planner, Hollie?
I absolutely love it. I think it's brilliant because too many of us just think gifts and maybe the Christmas dinner, but it's all those little expenses that just add up. Even throughout the year, if you're somebody that spreads your money throughout the year, you think how much actually. So the really big expense that I've had recently is Christmas Eve boxes, because you're buying pajamas, you're buying a book, you're buying a DVD and all the snacks. So I just love that this planner is so thorough, and I love that as agents, you can download this, you can print it off, and what a lovely gift for your customers. Like, here's a tool. I'm really helping you, and I'm sure that they're really going to receive that perfectly. Yeah, I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm even thinking about friends, family members who would love this as well, because they like getting organized really early. And I know Christmas is, you've got 2 wee boys, and I know Christmas is a very special time in your house. So tell me, what is it you love about Christmas?
Yeah, so my boys are only 4 and 5, so little people, but I just absolutely love everything about it. I love the anticipation. I actually love the responsibility that it's for me to make it magical for them. And I think that's such a big role, especially as a parent. But yeah, even if you don't have children, it's about that sense of community. We're all sharing this one experience all in one time. I think it's just magical.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like this year as well, more than ever, I'm looking forward to Christmas. I'm just getting all my family, friends together.
That's going to be the main thing, isn't it? That coming together and everybody under one roof and actually hugging as well.
Yes.
That'd be fantastic. I think this year it's going to be big. Absolutely.
The hugging, I'm especially excited about. And I'm sure everyone watching is as well, hugging all your loved ones. And the last question I was going to ask you is, a lot of the agents watching, much like Wendy, Kerry, Katie, are got busy lives, busy jobs, children, as you do. Thrifty Mum is very much, as you say, your side hustle. And for a lot of women watching, Park will also be their side hustle. So what tips would you give to them about juggling it all? And how have you made your side hustle really work for you?
Sure. Okay, so I'm a full-time council worker, I'm a project manager, but then I blog, and then that's led to press opportunities, and now my TV job as well. So yeah, there's a lot going on, and 2 children too. But being organised, this was mentioned earlier, making sure that your paperwork's in order, making sure you've got separate email addresses, or WhatsApp group, making sure that you're just on top of things and you can respond in a timely manner. And if you can't, then explaining your circumstances. I know that sometimes the kids have to come first, or the job has to come first, and then it's the side hustle. And it's that balance all of the time. But being realistic with what you can achieve as well. I know that I'm a people pleaser, and I'll say yes to so many things, and then you're just at risk of burnout, aren't you? So just making sure that you're looking after yourself at the same time. So keeping it manageable and tweaking it as it grows. If you find that your side hustle is really taking off, then maybe that is the time to reduce your hours at your other job, or maybe you need to be sharing more childcare and making sure that you're spending time with grandparents, things like that. But I think what I've found is that as long as I've got my why, it's so important.
Yeah.
And I know we've talked about this. If it's about getting your prizes, awesome, no judgment, absolutely fine, don't care what your motivation is.
Oh, that motivates me.
People say, yeah, it doesn't matter, does it? But making sure that you've got that really clear in your mind, because if you ever start to lose your path, you come back to your why, and then you're back on track again. Making sure you've got a fantastic tribe around you, and how wonderful that you have this community already, and that you can get into that Facebook group, or you're setting up your own WhatsApp groups, or you're pairing up with your peers and having a bit of competition. I think that's so motivating, because you know what you're talking about. There's people there that actually get you and get the language and they understand the process. So I think that's awesome. Yeah. But one thing that Kerry mentioned was that she saw it last year and she was like, I'm going to be at that top table.
Yep.
I know, woo-woo, but manifesting and having that vision. Where do you want to go? What's your goal? I saw something recently about, it was a racing car driver, and he said it's so much like if you're going into a corner and you start to like, oh, I'm losing it a little bit. You don't look at the wall, because you're going to go straight to the wall. You look at where you need to be going, and that is where you're going to drive into, and that's your target. So don't be distracted by anything else. Make sure that you've got a really clear vision and just absolutely go for it. Because it's possible. Amazing. We've seen that it's possible.
Oh, it absolutely is. I'm not sure if people are muted, but I'm going to give you a round of applause, because I think that's amazing advice. And I think, yeah, we are a community at Park, and that's one of the big, as people have said already, the attractions. You're a community of agents, your customers are a community, and it's about saving up for your family and friends, that community at Christmas. And I think finding your why, I think for a lot of people it is family, providing for their children, is absolutely massive. So thank you very, very much, Hollie. And you can catch Hollie on Steph's Pack Lunch on Channel 4. It's quite an impressive side hustle, a TV gig. I'm just going to take care, and hopefully we shall hear from you soon. You've lots of fantastic tips for saving for Christmas.